All right, and 365 Days of Horsemanship, day 283 and day 284. Yeah, day 283 was a super short day. It was like 5 or 6 days ago. It literally came up, kind of like ran in, gave cuddles to both and came out again. It was good actually, because I think like with Mia, I've been riding every day pretty much. And definitely I think she really appreciated me being there, even if it was only for a couple of minutes, just with an energy that wasn't about bringing her up and bringing her into the arena. I think it's definitely really important to be mindful of that balance for our relationship. And then I got sick. Obviously I was sick before. I thought I was getting better, and then I got sick again. Really wiped me out. So I've been a few days in bed, and today's the first day I could make it up. And yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Lawrence is in like this little small place where he's just doing some mowing, which is super nice. There's like so much grass, it's so lush. The weather is amazing, which is really nice. And yeah, today I think I can see that we're getting into a pattern now where I'm feeling a little bit more confident about playing around the idea of the scratching. Like, I don't feel like it has to be like, we have to talk about the scratching until it's better or until it's fixed. We just have to talk about it until like there's a good moment, you know? So basically what generally happens is that he comes over to me and he doesn't really introduce himself to me politely. He just is like, I need scratches, and will like present me, with a body part. And I am walking past that because that's not a pattern that I want to encourage anymore. It's definitely not one that I put in on purpose. And so now it's like, I'm just walking past it, and I feel a lot more comfortable with walking past it now. I don't feel that same level of guilt about it. I don't feel, I'm not like projecting my hurt onto him anymore about it. And actually, I think he's just kind of curious and interested. Like, if he was really offended, he wouldn't keep coming back every day, you know? And definitely there's this like interest. Like, I was thinking to myself today, you know, like again, I think it's a mindset thing, you know? It's like, I'm always looking ahead to what I don't have yet, which is great. But also that means that a lot of the time I am criticizing rather than appreciating. And today I just kind of really realized, like, how great is it? Like, I'm in a conversation with my horse for like a good 10 minutes here where he and I can discuss things, and he's got stuff that he really wants to happen, which is the scratches. But I also have a place in this conversation and we can have it together, and he's interested in having the conversation. I would say that it definitely feels a little transactional still. It's a little bit like a negotiation, but I also feel like that's okay, you know, like it's a difficult time of year. And I think it's a necessary thing to go through, the transition from where I was before, where there wasn't any negotiation because I would just give him what he wanted, versus the other end of the spectrum where I never give him any scratches at all, and kind of trying to find this piece in the middle where it's like we can do scratching at good times. And then I went through this whole cycle of feeling like that was really dominant and that I was using positive reinforcement. And I think I would need Elsa to really see exactly what I'm doing. And I think she would be able to see one way or another if I am or am not doing that. I think it's kind of like, I don't think I am. And here's why. Because I'm not, it's about timing. I'm not rewarding him stopping moving with the scratching. I'm not giving him the scratching. I'm walking past that feeling, then I'm coming in to the place where I want some curiosity. So that'll be like a handprint on him in a yield spot. At the moment, I'm working a lot on the forehand yield, and also the hind end yield. And so I'll come in there and I'll just start stroking up and down, stroking up and down, stroking. And he's like moving around and he's kind of curious. It's like he wants me to like follow his lead and like come to him. And instead I'm just like flowing with the way that his legs are moving. And we basically end up doing this like little circle. But he's nice and rhythmic. He's predictable. His eye is on me. He's curious. He's like kind of having a little bit of fun. It's like a bit playful. He's not like frustrated with me. He's not like irritated. His eye is like open and bright. And then he'll stop. He'll feel curious about something else. He'll look at something else. And then at that moment when he's not thinking about the scratching, that's when I scratch him. But before I take a breath, we go... We enjoy usually looking at the environment together. We have a look out for one breath, and then I come in and I offer the scratches without him like having to come and ask for them. So I don't think that that's positive reinforcement, because I'm not asking for a task and then immediately rewarding with the scratching. I am consistently following a moment of curiosity with scratches. But I'm also following a moment of curiosity with a moment of flow. So it's like flow happens, then there's scratches. So I think I'm just choosing good timing to do the scratches. And the reason that I think that's the case is because the more times I do that pattern, after 3 or 4 times of me practicing that pattern with him, he stops asking for the scratches. And it definitely comes back up really quickly. Like it's going to be a never-ending cycle because of the midgies. It's not going to be like I can scratch him enough that there'll be no more scratches, which is kind of the place that I came to where I realized that I really need to stop trying to help him with this and fix this. Like it's something that we need to address as part of our relationship, but ultimately like I'm never going to be able to fix this for him because I cannot just be there constantly giving him scratches. So knowing that, it's like the cycle ends and then he's like, oh, now I could have some grass while you're standing there, which is something that he couldn't do at the start of the session because he was too obsessed with me being there and being ready to give him scratches. So yeah. Something that I thought about trying was actually coming to him at the start of the session, and if he doesn't look up from the grass, immediately offering scratches, rather than waiting for him to come to me and then having to walk past it because every time it's a bad feeling. But then I also didn't know if that was going to end up setting up the pattern where I come and I give him scratches, which is kind of not what I want to reinforce. But I might be being too direct line thinking about that, and actually if I offer him before he even wants them, he's going to feel even more reassured that I always know when he's itchy. So I don't know. I need to think about that. Maybe I'll try it if there's a good moment for it. I don't know. But anyway, I was really happy with that session. I felt like we're starting to get to a place where we can do some cool stuff. I can pretty much rely, because his stress is a little bit up, because of he's itchy, I can pretty much rely on there being a focus change, because he's slightly more motivated to look for a moment of to look for a solution or to distract himself. His arousal is just like slightly more up. So that is definitely a bonus to the scratches, because, you know, like when he's super comfortable, like in the spring and in the autumn time, like when the weather's pretty good and there's not much going on, he's comfortable. He really has like super low motivation to do any focus changes because everything is just fine. Whereas now it's like there's things going on, and so there's that little bit of extra. So yeah, so that's good. And I had a good session. I enjoyed it. And I went to Mia as well, and again I kind of had the same sort of conversation with her about scratching, and that was really nice because like when she softens, she really softens. She's a lot more expressive than Lawrence is, and like it's like such a reward to see her really like happy because of something that I'm doing. even if it's just like some scratches. And it was just also super nice, and I think super good for us for me to just rock up and be like, hey girl, let me just hang with you, give you some scratches, and I'm gonna go, see you later. You know, like no dramas, no stress, like just easy going. And yes, that was really nice. It was really nice. I think I'm really starting to think about finding my own enjoyment and peace in this work, and finding it for myself, and not necessarily for other people, not for the horses, not for the videos, just for myself. Like really allowing myself to find enjoyment in what I'm doing and allowing it to be fun for me. Like, I think, you know, like I'm so quick to put objectives onto it, to put tasks, to put goals, you know, like it's a work project, like I'm project managing myself all the time. And yeah, I think I just want to find that little bit more balance so I can really have fun. And yeah, I think it's been a big theme for me throughout really my adult life, is finding out how to have fun again. And yeah, I think definitely like being ill this week has obviously given me some time to think. And you know, because I don't do enough of that already. And yeah, I think I'm getting slowly back on track, and I think I'm kind of like just at that point in the journey where I'm remembering that like I'll get back on track regardless of how concerned I am about it, and probably sooner the less concerned I am about it. I just need to like breathe and let things take their time. And yeah, so that feels really, really good. Feeling some like motivation bubbling up in myself. And I think like the biggest thing for me now is just like cultivating that instead of like seizing it. You know, I'm like the kind of person, like I get 10% energy and I'm like, we have to use every 10%, go, 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 here's all the things we're gonna do with it, rather than just being like, oh, that's fun, what would I like to do with that? You know, maybe being like, oh, I'll just like try this, or I'll just do that. And just, yeah, like I think I feel like I'm in a positive place, which is really good. So yeah, got a busy few days coming up. I'm going wedding dress shopping. Hopefully my voice will be better tomorrow than it is today. So yeah, so I guess it'll just be probably just quick sessions, and that's okay, you know, it's just nice. So yeah.